Okay, so in this video, let's talk about the trades that I'm watching and also how I'm going to trade it. Okay, so this will be kind of little bit technical video, which the strategy that I've seen. Okay, so right now I'll enter 100% into the altcoin, not into Bitcoin, into the altcoin. Okay, so this is the BTC chart. Right now I'll enter 100% of my altcoin, 100% of my portfolio into the altcoin, not into Bitcoin. Okay, and right now if you see, because it bounced this support around $41,957. Okay, so right now I'll enter 100% of my portfolio because it bounced this support. Okay, and you can see the wick also, a good confirmation. Okay, so once it reaches this, you can see this white line, right? Once it reaches this resistance, once it has around 3 candles like this, I'll sell 50% of my portfolio of altcoins, which I'll tell you all right now. Okay, then I'll re-enter the 50%. Okay, so I sold 50%, I'll only re-enter. Right now it needs to do 3 candles over here, which it is over here. You can see once it gives 3 candles, I'll sell 50%. Okay, only once it breaks, makes a support right here, makes a support, that's the time I'll re-enter that 50% what I sold. Okay, so why I'll do this? Because from here, this being the resistance, it can just go back down and it can keep going down to this support at around $40,769, right? So it can do this. That's why over here I'll sell 50%, and only once it breaks, make a support, then I'll enter the 50% back, okay, into the altcoins. So you got this strategy, right? So once I do this, it will help me. Once it will help me to have a good confirmation. Once it comes over here, I'll enter the altcoins. And secondly, even the 50% that I sold, right, will be a profit, that even if it touches the stop loss over here of the entries that I put 100%, it will save that. Okay, so now let's go straight into the altcoins that I'm watching. Okay, so the first coin is Osmosis. Okay, so if you see here, your Osmosis just touched the previous support and right now it's going to bounce more probably. Okay, so the first coin is Osmos, OSMO. Okay, so now let's talk about your next coin, which is here, Render. Okay, so the next coin is Render, which if you see here, it touched the previous highs over here, this being the previous highs, it touched. So more probably you have to enter into Render 2. You see here it's having a clear bounce, and this coin also is on a upwards trend. Okay, so now let's talk about your next coin, which is RSR. Okay, so your RSR also having this perfect wick. If you see here, you see the perfect wick over here, right? You can see the perfect wick, right? There's more buying pressure on RSR. Okay, so right now this being the previous highs of its previous high of RSI. Okay, so this coin also I would enter. Now let's talk about your next coin, which is YGG. Okay, so this is a gaming coin. Okay, so this being the previous high, it's over here nicely supporting this previous high. Okay, so right now I would also enter YGG. And now let's talk about your next coin, which is FTM. Okay, so here is your FTM chart. Okay, so this being the previous highs over here, this being the previous high, kind of bounced this. Okay, and you can see this clear wick over here also. Okay, so I would enter into FTM also. Now let's talk about your next token also that I'm seeing is DOT. Okay, so this being the previous high. Okay, so it bounced clearly. So some of these coins are actually going very high. When I before recording the video, the coin was kind of over here only. Okay, so you'll need to hit the bell and that you'll get the videos early. Okay, so the next coin is Scale. Okay, so this coin kind of didn't touch this support, which is this is the previous high. It didn't touch the support, so this is kind of like a risky play, but more probably this coin from here will go high, because even if you see the wick in the middle, right, it's kind of going above this wick. Okay, so this is kind of a risky trade. Okay, so R Scale, SKL. Okay, so now let's talk about your next token, which is SYN. Okay, so here's a token I want you all to watch. So this token is only to watch, this token is not to trade. So right now, you know, your SYN was on a downward trend. If you see from down, it's full on a downward trend and just came back again. Okay, so right now what I want you to do, once it breaks this, make a support, that's the time you all can enter, because more probably this token will go up. Okay, so now let me give you an example like how this token even can go down. Okay, So if it breaks this support, okay, you'll see that, right? So if here's a chart GMX, okay, the same, like kind of the same example, this coin also was kind of coming from the hole, but then it didn't even make a support here, right? The same thing for SYN. That's the same thing I wanted to tell y'all, okay? So SYN also is kind of a little bit like a little bit dangerous play that you'll need to watch. Only if it is on upward trend, it'll keep going up, okay? The same way how GMX, the GMX didn't even break and make a support. So that's why I want you to watch that SYN trade, the previous trade, to have this clear support. Okay, so the next token is Dusk. Okay, so Dusk also we need to keep an eye on Dusk, because you can see this wick, right? More probably going to go up, but it will more probably bounce this support. Okay, so we need to watch on Dusk token. Okay, so now let's talk about your next token, which is IBEX. So also IBEX we need to watch. Once it only breaks this, makes a support, that's the time only we need to enter your IMX trade. Okay, so now let's talk about your next trade, which is Algorand. Okay, so Algorand is the last trade, we need to watch it. Right now you can see this wick, right? So there's more buying pressure on Algo, but Algo is kind of a risky trade because it was just going on a downwards trend. You can see, right, going like this down, and it's having a clear. Only once it you can say more probably break this, make a support, then only you can enter into your Algo trade. Okay, so this maybe being the second confirmation. Okay, so that's it for a crypto video. If you like content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell on so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch. Peace out, crypto fam.